Kent Youngblood story about our defense and long conversations about our defense pregame for us to play some darn defense, which was nice. We accomplished, we had three goals that we set out. We got 2 of the 3. Second chance points was definitely a target. They had just 2. And then we were really targeted to make sure that Enrique and Mabry couldn't get off the threes like we talked about, because they're awfully good when that happens. The only thing we didn't get done was the fast break points. That's another area that they were pretty good at. We had a goal of less than that, but nonetheless, the opponent field goal percentage, as you know, that's a stat that we really value. We're 136-5 since 2011 when that happens.
You always have that right on the cuff.
I do. I write it down. It's the stat I'm most proud of. Put it on my tombstone.
We just witnessed the first triple-double in Lynx history.
Yeah.
Can you talk about that a little?
Yeah. I think Mariah was unaware, but I thought Mariah really took it upon herself. I mean, she had a good first half, but the third quarter, we've been flat. I don't know if you guys, you know how we do, right? We'll play really well, and we kind of just. And in the third quarter, she took it upon herself to play with great energy. She picked up full court. She ended up turning Ty Harris over on their first possession, and she just flew around. And so, we were really happy for her, to have a chance to, to fly around and get some rebounds. But it's awfully special for Mo. Obviously it's a former team. There's some motivation there, and the team really, like, we were in a timeout with about 3 minutes to go. And AP was letting her know, you need just 3 more rebounds. And so she found another gear, and Biggs were saying, hey, we'll block out, you go get the rebound. So we were fortunate. We had 1 possession left, and Dickey got a shot off, and BC blocked it, and Mariah was able to secure that last one. So team's really super excited for Mariah.
It was almost like I think he was saying that the bench was telling you guys to miss so that they could go down and take another shot.
Yeah, I heard that. And I'm looking at our field goal percentage going down and down, so.
But you talk about second chance points, season high 25.
Yeah.
And I think you tied a franchise record with the rebounds overall.
Yeah.
Just the domination in those categories.
Yeah. And it was important to us. So give the players a lot of credit. We talked about what was standing between us and being successful was our defense, and rebounding is a big part of that. We have been an offensive rebounding team all year. That's something we've been pretty consistent with. And, obviously being able to score off of them, by and large, I think they were kickouts, for threes. And we had a hard time at the rim. They have some big time rim protectors, and we made some shots, and, but our effort was exactly what we needed. Our effort and our focus on what we were doing.
Not only did Mariah have a great game tonight, but Ariel did as well. She's maybe not had the ideal beginning to her season, but what do you think she did well tonight, and how can she kind of continue with these performances moving forward?
Well, I think you guys are going to talk about the shots that she made, right? That kind of defines players oftentimes, is how many points they score, which is why they overvalue those things. But AP was very efficient. But AP had the assignment of Enrique, and that was more important to us. Scoring, you have to be able to put the ball in the hole, but she kept it simple. When she was open, she shot it. She didn't, she had 1 or 2 times where she tried to go somewhere where there just wasn't a hole. But she was really engaged and pretty motivated. And, when you make shots, it's, sometimes it's your night. And I thought that was the case for AP. And, but I'm more pleased overall with her one-on-one matchup with Enrique.
Sure, you guys shot 7 of 20 in the second quarter, but you held Dallas to 4 of 15, and you grew the lead from the first quarter. We've been talking about the defense kind of catching up to the offense.
Yeah.
How would you evaluate the way that your defense kind of held it down when your offense slipped up a little bit there?
Yeah, I think that took a step. That's what we said. We want to keep growing, and that's a big one for us. That and executing, in close games. But today, the defense was a win, and that's something, like I said, that the coaches are really excited about, because as we told them, if we told you that that's what stands between you and the playoffs, would you play defense? That's exactly what stands between us and playoffs. And and then just a nice way to start off our 6-game homestand.
And then I think entering tonight, you guys score about 46% of your points in the paint. You only got about 35 tonight.
Yeah.
Just what were you most pleased with your offensive process, and kind of how you were able to score all those points outside the paint?
Shared the ball. Thought we had good reads in pick and roll. Our bigs are rolling. When they catch it on the roll and they recognize that they have a challenge that they shouldn't make, they're going to kick it out. And we just shared the ball. And I think we've been doing that well. Our second unit does that particularly well. But I thought it existed, with the first group as well. We were recognizing who was open, and you're open, you shoot it.
I've always thought that this offense is just a whole different animal when Dantas can come out and start hitting threes, and she's starting to find her legs there. And just talk about the impact she had in your start.
Yeah. She was disappointed in the Chicago game, I think. So she was looking to, kind of, help us in that regard. And she was, she was left open, and, she knows that that's her job, take those shots and obviously make as many as you can. And that gives us a whole nother element at the 4 spot. As that's something we really value.
Well, this is 3 or 4 wins of your last 4 losses. I think it's combined 10 points.
Yeah.
Is this team finally finding its stride, and you're finding what you want out of this team?
I think so. The beginning was really rough. I mean, we're a much better team. We're collectively more interested in each other than maybe what we were in the beginning. That's been a massive step for our team. They're more coachable than we were in the beginning. And so that those are all things that I think are lending towards us playing better basketball.
Is it interesting to you that this triple double comes on the heels of her essentially being benched for much of the fourth quarter against Chicago?
Yeah, I don't know. Write that, I guess. I don't know. I don't think that's another player. I mean, there's obviously a lot that you guys don't know behind the scenes or whatever, but I wasn't worried about Mariah bouncing back. Do I think triple double? No, but I think that that's a player that we were going to be able to count on today. That last game just wasn't her game.
I asked you last week how your team was able to find the fun in the everyday, and you've said that they've enjoyed each other a little bit more. Since then, you've won 3 of 4.
Yeah.
And you see Jess Shepard and Ariel Powers jumping off the bench. You and Katie are laughing at them the way they're celebrating their teammates. Do you have a different answer today?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's all part of it, being more interested in one another and giving of yourself to one another and celebrating your teammates' successes and, what we're trying to get done together. We just, in the beginning, it just was harder to come by. And it was true last year too. It was hard for us in the early part of the season last year. We took a little bit longer to get there this year. Some of it had to do with the changes that we were going through, but I think we're finally finding our footing, and this is the culture, and this is the team that we want to be in that regard. And we do think it translates into winning.
We'll jump over to the Zoom. Go ahead, Alexa.
Hi, Cheryl. I wanted to go back to ask you about Mariah. What did you see in her when you were looking to initially sign her and bring her on board that you thought that she could help you all with? And what has she just meant for the team and being able to bring that stability at the point guard spot since she's arrived?
Well, we were in search of some leadership, just like we saw last year. We were in search of some leadership. Somebody could be a starting point guard that could lead our team. I only had known Mariah from a distance, and playing against her. Always thought highly of her in terms of her integrity, and just learning about her as a player. She's got some toughness to her. She's got the ability to score the ball. I think she's enjoyed being here and being challenged in the way that we try to challenge her. And biggest thing we saw in her was availability. That's what we needed. All right. Thanks, everybody. You guys write about snow.
So the 14th triple double in league history. You're the only 10th player to ever accomplish that fact. I mean, has that sunk in yet?
No, I think my adrenaline is still going from the game. Honestly, if it wasn't for my teammates, I definitely wouldn't have got it. I didn't realize I had 7 rebounds at the time, and everybody was yelling at me. So at that point, I just started flying everywhere to try to get every rebound, and it worked out.
Coach said that it was during a timeout, I think, with just under 3 minutes left, that Powers went up and said, you just need 3 more to go. You were unaware at that point, or?
Yeah, I had no idea. I mean, I knew I needed an assist for a double-double, but I had no idea about the rebounds. And AP came right up to my face and shook me. You need to get 3 rebounds. I'm like, okay. And then Nina did her best to try not to let me get it at the end, and she stole 1 rebound. So I don't know. It just worked out.
So you had a chance at that offensive board?
I was flying to get it, and then no, it was I think it was from a free throw, and Nina grabbed it, and I was just looked at her. I was like, you know what? It's okay.
Does it mean anything more that it happened against your former team?
No, I think for me it means the most that I did it with the group that I did it with, because basketball goes away, but the feeling that I had with my teammates, how excited they were for me, which felt like they were more excited for me than I was at the time. That's special, and that's something that you're going to remember. You won't remember your wins, all the games or whatever, but the moments that you get with these people, these amazing people, and doing it with this organization, that's what means the most for me.
Coach has been asking you guys for a complete game all year, and this is about as close as you can come to that, isn't it?
Yeah, I think, what was it, our second quarter was probably our worst quarter, but we did a good job still playing good defense. So even when we're not scoring, if we don't allow them to score, that's huge for us. But it was a great balanced floor game. I'm proud of all of my teammates. I think we played really good, and especially coming off of the game in Chicago where you feel like you let it slip. And especially for me, knowing that that was not my best game. I felt like in the moment I let my teammates down, but they all reached out to me and were like, hey, we got your back. And I think that just pushed me even more today to be even better and to be the best version of me as I could today.
You didn't bite on Kent's question, so I'll try one more time. First triple double in Lynx history. What's it mean to be able to do that for, you know, such a kind of storied franchise in the league?
I mean, it's huge. For any player, when you get a triple double, it's exhausting because you're playing defense, you're playing offense, you're passing the ball. Your teammates have to make shots. You have to be in the right moment at the right time. But when you're doing it in the course of the game and it just flows and you're not forcing it or trying to get it, I think that's the best. And the fact that I didn't really know until the last 3 minutes made it a lot easier for me doing it. But like I said, again, getting that triple double and doing it here with this organization, with the team that I did it today. And then also Coach Cheryl like really challenged me last game, got in my face. I needed it. And I love when that happens. And my job as a point guard is to respond. And hopefully, Coach, you're happy with what I did today. And if not, I'm sorry.
You know, other than maybe your rookie year, this has been basically your best statistical season of your career to this point. Why do you think you're finding such success, or kind of what is it about the Lynx or Coach Reeves' system that's helping you kind of thrive?
That's a hard question. I think it's a little bit of everything, you know, just playing with a team that's so unselfish. The ball doesn't really stick. For me, I'm the best when I'm in pick and roll situations, and we are heavy on pick and roll. Still sets amazing screens. My teammates do a great job of being U-turn players, knocking down open shots. And when you can do that, it's easier as a point guard to get to your spots. So I just think the system that we're in, the way that the ball moves, everybody having each other's back. If I have a bad game, I know somebody else is going to step up for me. So, yeah, I think it's just the system, and then the belief that my teammates and my coaching staff has in me, just a confidence booster.
Mo, I asked Cheryl last week before the first Phoenix game, you know, just how much of a challenge was it for all of you to find the fun in everything that you're doing? And she said it was really hard, but that the players were enjoying, you know, being with each other every day and getting to know each other. And she just spoke praises about, you know, how close you guys have come together in such a quick amount of time. Just can you describe from your view what it's been like for this team to really come together and gel since you've been here? Because it was kind of crazy when you first got there.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a whirlwind. But from the moment that I got here, I felt accepted. And I think when you have teammates and players who are willing to bring you in and nobody's worrying about, oh, she's coming to take my spot. You know, I have the point guards coming up to me, telling me the plays. I have people patting me on my back, cheering me on. And we're just a close-knit group. And when you have that and when you have that chemistry, and now we finally have our full team back together, it's bound to click at some point. We have a really good group of girls who stay together and who understand how to win games. We just have to do that consistently for 4 quarters. And I think today was the closest that we got to it. So we need to continue to build on that chemistry and keep moving forward.
And then Ariel had an awesome first quarter and really got the crowd going into it. Just what is it like to be on the floor next to her when she's, in that rhythm and she's really hyping up the crowd like she is.
It's huge. It's fun. I mean, first of all, our crowd is amazing anyway. And then AP comes down, hits a couple threes, and she's screaming and yelling at the crowd. It makes me want to do that. And I'm not even a rah-rah player, but I see AP do it now. Next thing I know, I'm yelling. So it's that type of energy, that type of effort that we need from her every single night. And she was a big part of why we got out to the start that we did. And I'm super, super proud of her for that.
Right. Cheryl was in here talking before the game about it. This is a team that really needs to make a move. It's that time of the year. And coming out in the first quarter like that, oh my gosh. I mean, did you all have that same sense coming into this game?
Yeah, I mean, we knew. We talked about making our own breaks and not catching a break. And I think that's what we have to do every game. We have to come out with a sense of urgency, and that starts on the defensive end. If we're playing defense the way that we did today, covering up, helping for each other, it helps us get out in transition. And we're a really good team when we're out running, knocking down threes, getting layups, and getting into the flow of the game that way. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Oh, wow.
So Mo said that during that timeout with about 2:52 left, he went up to her and started shaking her, yelling at her to get 3 more rebounds. Can you talk about that?
Yes. As a player, you always want to get a triple double, right? That's like a dream. I don't know. It's my dream. And I was like, oh my gosh, she's so close. And I was like, if she gets it, I feel like I get it. Like, as a good teammate, you want to see your teammate get the triple double, especially against like her old team, because I know how it is. And I'm like, this would be the perfect game to get a triple double. And I like, hey, put everybody on notice. Hey, she only needs like 3 more rebounds, so y'all just box out and let her come in there and get the rebound. Like, I put everybody on notice that that's what needs to happen, and we all did it. I think BC like tipped the ball to her like twice or something, and we're all just so proud of her. And as you can see, our chemistry is way better. So we want everybody to flourish. So
She said that Knowledge stole one from her.
she did. We were all like, oh no. I think coach was like, I don't know if she understands. One of the coaches was like, I don't know if she understands. I was like, maybe she doesn't. But yeah, man, we were so hyped. And it was like the last second, and we didn't think I forget who shot it on Dallas, but we didn't think she was gonna shoot it. And I was praying she shot it because they had the last shot. And Mo was able to get the rebound. And I almost like jumped on her. Oh.
AP, we've talked about how you like to set the tone early. You had 13 in the first quarter, really got the crowd involved. But Cheryl said she was most proud of the way that you played defense on Enrique, kind of creating this wave that everybody rode for the last 3 quarters. Just what was it like to see, your teammates kind of reciprocate that same energy that you were giving?
My teammates were giving to me, and everybody has been collectively helping me when it comes to defense. Kayla gave me some tips on like if I happen to guard her, like some things I should do. So like top block, and I would just listen to her during shoot around, and she helped me. So when I came out there, actually before shoot around, coach went over some statistics about the players and gave us goals defensively. And I think we all kind of locked into like the goals she set for us for each player, and then especially Enrique, and then even like not letting certain people get offensive rebounds. The goals that she set, I think we really locked in on. And then we were able to get it done defensively and kind of just, I don't know. I felt like we took a lot away from them, and they were just like, whoa, on their heels the whole game. So
I was going to ask, what's the state of the mind of this team right now? I think you've won 3 or 4. The few losses, they've been very close. Mm-hmm. Is this team finally coming all together?
Yeah, I think we are. We were all bummed when we lost, in Chicago, the game winner, especially because we fought so hard. I think it was like 4 minutes and 30 seconds left in the fourth, and we were down 10, and we came back, and we had all the momentum going. And I think if it would have went into OT, we would have won just because of the momentum. But we also, and coach told us, like, if we had better stops on defense, that shot wouldn't have really mattered. So today we came in locked in, and thank goodness we have like 5 or 6 home games coming that we can just keep it going, keep the chemistry going, keep it rolling. That's what we're gonna try to do.
Kind of touching on that last point you made, Cheryl had also mentioned that she kind of spoke with you guys pregame about locking in on defense and that kind of stuff. I guess kind of the debate about defense is how much of it is like talent and how much of it is effort. Like how much do you think you can kind of control the defensive focus and energy you guys bring on a nightly basis?
I think a lot. Because defense is our effort. Now we have great players in the league. They're gonna hit great shots. Sometimes you're really good on defense and then you just hit a shot. And those are the ones that you're just like, all right, next play. But like the ones where girls are like wide open and that wasn't the scheme and they get into the rim easy, like those are the like effort plays. So sometimes the girls are gonna hit tough shots. Even Enrique hit a few tough shots, but majority of the shots are possessions when we make an effort and that extra effort. If we keep doing that, I think we'll come out of here winning most of our home games that we have coming up.
Ariel, I know earlier in the season, we've had players up here with tears in their eyes just because they're so frustrated because they want it so bad for each other. And tonight, you and Jess are jumping halfway on the court to celebrate your teammates, and everybody's having such a fun time. And that's happened in a span of 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Just from your point of view, why do you think the chemistry has really picked up, and just how do you think that's happened?
Our leadership, our captains, a lot of internal talks, just everybody just trying to figure out, okay, what do we need to do to win collectively? And honestly, all of us just buying in, listening to coach, and I just feel like we're finally getting the ball rolling. It's a little late, but maybe this is the best situation. We'll pick up towards the end and take off. You never know.
You talked about player coaching being better than coach.
Yeah.
Do you feel like just the accountability is really growing? That's kind of what I want to ask.
Yeah, and I think coach had a talk with us about how our 3 captains are going to make sure we are reaching our goals and making sure that we hold each other accountable. And we've been doing that. And we started with a couple games in Phoenix, went there, went here, and then we lost Chicago. But you got to think, like, they're in the top 2 and we lost by a buzzer beater. So imagine, like, we keep getting the ball rolling, what we could be. So all we need is a number by our name. And I think, especially with the way playoffs are set up, we're going to be fine. Any last questions for AB? Thank you, AB. Cool. Thanks. Oh. Thanks, guys.